This is the joy of speedrunning. Things can go awry. Now, the problem there was I got stuck on an edge, and his speed just translated into, oh, you want to go through here? It's like, no, but we did. So we've just jumped over invisible walls that you can't really see. The game is trying to tell you, go up these islands, come down, and navigate the platform. Takala is speaking to us in Japanese, and the reason we play it with Japanese audio is because the game lags when audio files overlap.
Okay.
And we have a lot of that in the English language, unfortunately. Because we're going so fast, voice lines don't finish in time. The game lags, it causes things to break. We don't want that to break. Like, we're breaking the game, but we want to break the game, not the game break us.
Yes.
So we're moving through now. I'm going to pick up a power-up that we're not meant to get yet, but because it's here, why not? Let's grab it. So we hit the button. Door's open, we just spin dash, we jump over, and we go into the door. Unfortunately, bonked off the wall, so we're going to just do this a couple of times. Give me that power-up. No. In the door. Aww. So the game's collision, like, you'll see me getting stuck on things that you would think, why are you getting stuck on that? It's just the game has slightly bigger hitboxes for certain things. There we go.
Nice.
So this is the crystal ring. This allows us to do the light speed attack or the light speed dash at half the normal rate.
Okay.
We don't have either of those yet. It's a useless power-up. But we need it, so we might as well get it now, and then we don't have to come back later on.
Also, any children that were born in the 2000s, yes, video game cameras were this terrible for so long.
You're saying it like it's much better now.
It's slightly better.
It's really not.
No,
they're really not.
No.
So this is Egg Hornet. This is the first Eggman boss, or Robotnik boss. You can argue over that name. Just to show you, you can see this is just a normal spin dash. You can see the movement I'm doing. If I tap, you can just see the increased speed that I'm getting here. So this is why we're doing this. But we're going to go for a quick kill on this boss, and this is why I've got the Japanese voice files on. So once he finishes, and just for a bit, I can leave him here. He's technically dead, but we can let him out. So if you just mash the attack button, he will never get up. So
Which doesn't help us for a speed run, but
no, but it's a bit of swag.
It's good to
you gotta have a bit of swag.
It's a nice dirt off your shoulder moment.
Yeah, bit of swag, bit of show button. The game will get its revenge later. It's fine. So we are going to go up here and we're going to grab the key. Give me the key. Thank you. The reason I take my time there is because the pickup button is the exact same button as the spin dash button. So if you're not close enough, you're spin dashing away from the key that you need to pick up, and it's just like, why? You had like 6 buttons. Why are they all on the same button? But there we go. So this is taking us into Windy Valley. Now, if you've played any of the classic games, you may recognize this sound. This is actually a song that is going to be from 3D Blast, I believe. And this is a wall. Goodbye, wall. We're now in a part of the stage that we're not meant to be in. Unfortunately, I fell short, so I'm just going to do that again. So hello, wall. Goodbye, wall. We love you, but not really. Walls are an illusion in these games. I like to think of these games as a jigsaw puzzle, but you can see the edges, so you just go through the edges.
Ah, nice.
And we're going into the tornado now. You see me pausing and switching cameras between auto camera and free camera. The reason for this is the free camera allows you to have some control over the camera, even though it's still terrible. Auto camera, the camera will follow directly behind Sonic, and I want to see if we can nail this. No, we didn't get it. So I want to try and skip this trampoline by homing onto the spring that's on the bridge. Unfortunately, the camera angle was not favorable, so we're just going to do it normally. Head our way up the top here, and away we go. Whee! So quick restart, because it allows us to fall quicker than we normally do. And away. So I'm not going to spin dash charge here. I'm just going to just do a normal spin dash, because if you're already going downhill, you're already at max speed. There is no reason to mash the spin dash. Sonic, grab the rocket, because if Tails does it, he will troll you. We don't want Tails to do it. No Tails.
He's already bad with planes, so I can't imagine.
No, so we unroll there, because if you go too fast, the game doesn't like it. We're speedrunners, but the game doesn't like you going too fast, and they can cause shenanigans. But we're going to do a big spin dash jump over here. Big spin dash jump. So we're going to hold the down analog buttons to make the camera favorable. Hold the jump button as we go over, skipping all the loops. And if you look carefully on the right-hand side of the screen, you can see the level. We're just going to ignore all of that. Bye, level. I am just falling through. Can I aim correctly? Where's my windmills? There's my windmill. Am I too far over? No, and that's the end of the level.
Amazing, amazing.
So the reason we do this is we know the routes, we know how the levels are built up. People have mapped out these levels, and we can use these at any point in time to just decide, right, no, we want to go this route, and we want to know the quickest way to do it. But what we need to do now is we need to go back to Station Square. We need to go and get the light speed dash. That's the first power-up that you're meant to get in the game. The only reason we need to get it is because it's a progression flag in the game. You cannot finish the game without getting this item.
Right.
The final boss just doesn't spawn. But there's a number of these flags throughout the game. If we could skip them, we would, as we don't really use the light speed dash at all. This is like a little tutorial area. Somebody put shoes in the sewer. I don't know why.
No.
But this
Sonic
is like, yeah, this is meant to be, use the light speed dash to get up here. What we're going to do is we're just going to spin dash and jump up the stairs. Because any ramp in this game, no matter how small it is, if you spin dash and jump from it, you can use it as a ramp to get a lot of speed and a lot of distance. And now we're going to go to the casino, so please gamble responsibly, because even Sonic's saying it. But again, we're meant to use the light speed dash to hit a button. We're going to do a spin dash jump if I don't accidentally homing attack. Stop it, game. Do a jump. Nope, not high enough. You need to get the angle to hit the button. Not making it. I'm not getting a jump, I'm getting a hover. Spin dash, jump. Nah, we're just going to go. Not going to spend too much time on it. So unfortunately, we have to hit the trailer rings. Rings of shame. Wah, wah. So we'll hit the button, get in there. And then we're going into Casino-opolis. You're meant to grab 400 rings in this stage, but if we position ourselves correctly, we hit the invisible wall and we die. Great start, Ark. Great start. Well done. So we're just going to jump in, go through. There we go. Camera's been a bit wonky. Nah, we didn't jump. So I don't want the camera to do that. Now, lives are not an issue in this game, because once you hit 0, you just get sent back to the start of the stage. The start of the stage is 8 seconds away, and I'm on the last life anyway, which is why I'm now in a menu I'm not supposed to be in. Get out the menu, thank you. Muscle memory being a hindrance more than anything. And yes, I was standing on nothing and I died. Yeah. Because technically you're not meant to be out there, and the game's like, what are you doing? Ah, come on, game. I did this in 7 settings on practice. Why does it never happen in a run? So, down and round, right. No, jump. I'm not jetting the jump. It's very precise timing to do it, and if you have any lag, then it's a little bit off-putting. There we go. So wait. Nah, No, he's not doing it. The downside is we have to do this, because otherwise you're going around the stage 3 times. Brr. Come on, buddy. So again, it's like first part, just casually going through a wall, and then he fails it. Well done. Right. Stay, spin dash, jump. There's the jump through the invisible wall, getting the Chaos Emerald. So what's supposed to happen is the 400 rings get shaken out of Sonic, and the invisible wall disappears. You've confirmed the objective. We go under the stage, around the kill plane, and up through the invisible wall, allowing us to grab it really quickly. Still faster than doing the stage normally, even though we had all those deaths. There's Cream the Rabbit. She's just flying there. I don't know why. So here's another key. This is the ice store. It looks like a key. Maybe we can use it in the Mystic Ruins. Really, game? Okay, then. And then for whatever reason, having this key, it decides, OK, you've got a key. I'm going to open up a passageway. Because plot points, why not?
I don't know why that was so funny, but Sonic getting on a tram with a stone.
He's got a giant stone. There you go. It's like, I'm away. Yeah, so we're just going to go in here again. This is the only other key that we need, thankfully. And now Ice Cap, depending on how well it goes. Please go well. Let's find out. So up the ladder, jump into the loading zone, starting the level. So Act 1 here, it expects you to go over the other side of the mountain and do some platforming in springs. We're going to ignore all that. We're going to charge a spin dash. We're going to do a nice big jump, and we're just skipping all of that. So it's away. Act 2 here, we are in 1 life. This will be fun if I don't get it. And jump, and through. No. OK, so now I'm going to have to reset. I have 8 rings. We're not going to have 8 rings for long, because I'm going to jump with spikes. Don't grab the rings. Go away, and then, oh, no. And this will just reset us back to 5 lives as well. We do have to do the first part again, which is not an issue, because you've seen it take about 10 seconds to do. So spin dash up and in and round. Away we go through. So change to the auto camera so the angle is right for us. Jump through. There we go. So straight through the door. And then for the last section, it's meant to be snowboarding. You can hear the wind. I apologize in advance, because that's all you're going to hear for like the next minute. Because Sonic is casually going through the wall. Camera angle changes, and I just need to hold up left at this specific angle. Don't turn it up. That's all you're going to hear. You will only hear wind. But yeah, so the level is hopefully going to load on the bottom left corner of us. This is the sign that tells me I'm on the right path. even though I'm falling through the world right now. There are kill planes all around me. I don't want to hit any of them. Kill planes are the game's way of saying, you're in an area you're not supposed to be in, I'm putting you back at the nearest checkpoint.
Right.
The nearest checkpoint is immediately on the snowboarding. That takes about 3 minutes to do. We don't want to do that. So the level should start loading in below us. Pretty please. Oh, it is. I am way far over. Can we recover, or are we going for a trip down memory lane? Oh, no, I think we're going down. No. And, yep. Oh, right on the edge. So that's a little bit of geometry that's actually out of bounds that I was very lucky to hit. If I fell all the way down there, there is no kill planes there. You've passed the kill plane. You just fall endlessly into the void. So we got very lucky there. I want to say it's planned. It was not. It was not. It's like, ooh. So what happened there was my positioning was slightly off on my analog stick, so he was just moving in the wrong direction. Here's Knuckles.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, we got a phantom hit. Oh, no. Say it again.
Oh, no.
Thank you. One more time, Knuckles.
Oh, no.
There you go. So character boss fights, 3 quick hits, really easy. The only thing you can do wrong is if you hit him too early after the first hit, you give him another invincibility frame. And here's the fish. We call him Magikarp. I call him Magikarp. And the reason I call him Magikarp is because there's one attack I want him to do, and that's the splash attack. So the way he works here is that he will move 3 times, do an attack, move 3 times, do an attack, and repeat that until the last hit. He can do a number of different attacks. There you've seen him do the tail swipe, where he sent out a giant beam. I want to, oh no. He's split into 4 blue orbs. We don't want this. This wastes 10 seconds. There's very little you can do about it, but hopefully we only see it once during a fight. So he's going to move 3 times. Leave my lily pad alone. What are you doing, Magikarp? Thank you. So that's hitting him there. Now he should be able to do the splash attacks. I'm going to spin jump all the way over here just to manipulate him. Please do it. Pretty please. I think he did it. Oh, he's doing blue balls again. Wow. No. You know we're on stage, don't you, game? This is what I mean when it knows. The game is sentient. But no, we're trying to manipulate him, but unlike the first boss, this manipulation isn't 100% precise. There are varying factors that we don't quite understand yet. So we're still trying to learn it as we go, but in the meantime, we take what we can get. Come on, do a splash attack. There we go, that's the splash attack. It's a really quick flip. It's like he's in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater or something. And for his last attack here, he's going to move and attack 3 times in a row before he'll pop up and allow us to get the final hit. So we just have to pray for 3 splashes. Third movement, what's he doing? He did a splash. There you go. It's not very effective. No, it's not. Do it again. Like, pretty please. Yep, he did it. He did it again. So I'm actually going off an audio cue because, once again, the camera is fighting me here. I am not controlling the camera. It does what it wants. So 3 splashes, that's good. And then he'll pop his little noggin up. Come on then, Chaos. There we go. And that's the Chaos boss fight complete.
Nice. I mean, the most amazing thing with that was Sonic was just casually walking on water.
Yeah.
He does,
Wow.
yeah. He's amazing at that.
It is Easter Sunday.
It is. He's on brand. Well done. Cheers, Sonic.
All right, so now Tails, this is his workshop. He has a plane.
Okay.
I wouldn't get in a plane with him. Chance.
I'm just going to sit in the corner. I'm going to put the controller down, so...
Brilliant, and this is where we get to sort of chat a little bit more about speedrunning and everything. So, for the uninitiated, in a very short way, what is speedrunning?
Speedrunning is the act of finishing a video game in the fastest possible time without using any external cheats, and it's done with a predefined category by the open community. So, for example, this is Sonic's story. We have the other characters. You've got Tails' story, Knuckles' story, Amy's story, Gamma's story. And people have decided, no, do you know what? We can do 100% of the game. It's called All Stories. It's just all of them one after the other.
Brilliant stuff. And you basically find games to almost create your own game or own challenge within that. Is that correct?
Yes. Speedrunning is basically another way of playing a single-player game. Everybody's like, hey, here's MMOs, here's Battle Royales. You can play them for hours. Single-player games is usually a case of one and done. Speedrunning allows you to go back to those video games, enjoy them to their fullest, and try new challenges.
I think we've had a really nice mix over the weekend. We had Reese on the first day playing Super Monkey Ball, which is all about milliseconds and timing and skill, but then we had Liam playing Alex Kidd, where it was almost knowing the game and beating the game before it did something of it. So I've asked this question before. In your community, is there a particular sort of category of games or a game that sort of you walk around and like, no, I've aced Dark Souls while being in a separate room to the console, or I mean, within Sonic, what's the what's the hardest Sonic game to sort of beat or get through, or is known as the most difficult?
I mean, I think with the Sonic community, it's slightly different simply because we've both got the classic 2D games and we've got the modern 3D games. Yeah. Generally, people stick to either 2D or 3D. Very few of us jump between both. I jump between both just because I'm a Sonic fanboy. I love it. I always will. And this is brilliant. I usually just go about, I flawed, like, I'm good at both games, so there you go. But there's lots of it. And we're now coming up to the end of the auto-scroller where you think, yes, everything's great, but unfortunately there's another one later on. So auto-scrollers are not a speedrunner's friend because there's nothing we can do to speed them up. There's nothing we can do to slow them down. You've just got to take it.
I think it's very sweet that Tails is named his playing Sonic, though, after his friend.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
I mean, he's incompetent, but at least he's a good friend.
Speaking of incompetence, he crashed again. Yeah, good job, Tails. So there's Tails with a plane there, and suddenly in the next scene, there's no plane.
And no Tails.
And no Tails, no. Brilliant. So what we're going to do now is we're going to find Sonic's long-lost girlfriend. Everybody run at Sammy Rose, run away. So we're running away as Sonic always does, but she wants to go on a date, so we're going to take her to Twinkle Park. What we don't know is that she's being chased by a robot, and we find that out in her story. But at this point in time, we are just going to enjoy ourselves sometime in the fairground. So this is Twinkle Circuit, and it's Twinkle Park. We are hopefully going to do a couple of glitches here. If it goes well, I will give both of them one attempt because they will steal my lives if I don't. So we're going to try and skip a piece of the track by doing this. Oh, there we go. That's fine.
Classic Mario Kart, yeah.
So we have just skipped part of the track there. It's a big slow loop. We don't want to do any of that. So we have to be careful because the speed of the dodgem or the go-kart or the hovercraft, whatever you call it, is based on the amount of rings you have. Every 9 rings you have, so 9, 19, 29, etc., increases your top speed. We want to get to 99 as fast as we can, dodge those other guys because they're mean. Those are being piloted by monkeys, so Reese is getting his own back with Monkey Ball here. Nice. And we're going to hopefully end up at 99 just after around this corner. And then there is a trick coming up that hopefully, when I do the transition into the next part of the stage, I'm able to skip the roller coaster section, but we'll see how well this goes. So I need to time a homing attack, but we'll see if I can do it. There we go. Okay, part 1. Part 2. Over the gap. Yes. There we go. Part 3. From the purple roof to the red roof. From the red... No, don't you dare. Thank you. From the red roof to the other red roof. And then over the invisible wall and finishing the level. So you're normally meant to take the roller coaster there to go around the course and then navigate around the side of the pleasure castle. We do none of that. We just jump straight away. The way this works is that, as I said earlier, ramps are your best friend. If you spin dash off a ramp, your speed is then translated into either horizontal momentum or vertical momentum. That's a key card to get into the next level. We're not going to use it. We're just going to use Knuckles' backdoor instead. Here's his entrance, and we're like, no, that's a pillar, that's a wall. Add a spin dash, and you'll go through them. So that's just a pillar. No, I need to go through the wall. Thank you. And then we're in Speed Highway. So not the entrance that we're meant to take, but it's quicker than opening up the door. And now, if you hear noises on your roof at night, it's probably Sonic. Everybody says it's Santa. Nah. It's a blue hedgehog going really fast. Skydiving all the way over the level onto the next skyscraper. There we go. And then on to the rocket. And then at the end here, there's going to be a set of boost pads. We are going to miss the boost pads because we are going to jump over and spin dash around here. You can see the level below us. We're ignoring all of that, and we're just going straight to the rocket, finishing Act 1 in about 35 seconds. Act 2, really simple. We're just going to turn ourselves into a ball because the balls going down the sides of buildings are accurate, apparently. And then we're going to grab the speed shoes and then position ourselves where we're going to get hit by nothing. He's going too fast. The collision just doesn't exist.
Brilliant.
And away we go.
So, with the speedrunning community, is there a time where you're going, I actually want to just play the game normally? Or is it a place to start normally so you can find any ways through or any glitches or anything, kind of shortcuts you can find? Or is it a case of like, is that shared amongst the community, or is it very like you keep these closely guarded so you have the speed records? Or
I mean, the speedrunning community, it depends on the different games, but the communities are generally very open. We all love to share strats because it's a case of, hey, look what I just did, look what we can do. And it's like, then we try and find ways to make it more, we try and integrate it into the run, we try and make it more impressive, trying to get the lowest possible times. There are a few people that are like, no, I'm going to keep some strats to myself. That's understandable if they want to do that. Personally, most people are quite happy to casually go through walls or share the strats, which is really nice. There's not a lot of hiding things. But in terms of once you've started speedrunning, I can't play this game normally anymore. Like, I can't. I want to do the speedrunning strats. It's a case of you will always find somebody that's never seen it before, and they're like, that's really cool. Or they're sitting going, I've got no idea what you just did. So it's really good. But yeah, once you do start, it's a case of you won't be able to play your game normally. Even unintentionally, you'll just be like, oh, I've subconsciously just done the speedrunning thing. It's like, but why? It's like, you're not trying to speedrun. It's habit. Yeah. Like, that's what speedrunning is. You build up good habits to try and get the fastest time. So that's the light speed attack we just got, which now allows us to destroy this cage. And it loads the level for this one. If you don't kill that cage, this level doesn't load. It doesn't exist. So we need to get that power. If we can find a way around that, we will, but we think that requires editing code, which is a no-no. You are not allowed to modify the games. Generally, speedruns rules say it must just be the game as it is, no modifications. Yes. So this is Red Mountain. Red Mountain, we are, Act 1's fairly simple. We're just climbing up the mountain. Explosive rocks send us flying now and again, which we want. And then we're going to head down to the bottom here. We're in free camera because I need the camera to be able to follow me properly. So we jump onto the side here, charge a spin dash. And we're meant to go up the side of the mountain, but we're not going to be doing that. We're hopefully going to be going spin dash jump, number 1. Spin dash jump number 2, round the side where the zip line ends, and that is the end of Act 1. Brilliant. Coming into Act 2, we are inside a volcano. Oh no, there's fire everywhere. Whatever will we do? Skip it.
And apparently Cypress Hill have followed us into this stage. This is a banging tune.
So we're making a makeshift ramp with this. We just jump up the first section. The lava is meant to raise here. We're not doing any of that because here's a lovely shape of rocks, but I'm going to have to go whee. I'm going to just take a death. It's fine. No, Sonic, why? What did you do? Well, the answer is we fell off the rock. Well done.
Fell into lava.
But yeah, you want to use those other rocks as a stepping stone. Similar idea, just a ramp to get up if we can. So trying again, first part here. In we go, spin dash jump. Good job. Second one, spin dash jump. Third one, spin dash jump, and away we go. That skips the entirety of the volcano section. Fire doesn't burn if it's at the other end. Unfortunately, I jumped in the middle of that one. The hammers almost got me, and we don't like hammers. Collision, please. And then we finish Red Mountain.
Beautiful.
Brilliant stuff.
So we're coming up to another auto-scroller stage. Tails now has a different plane because he builds all these planes, and I don't know where he hides them.
When will they learn?
They never will. It's another plane, yay! So once again, auto-scroller, I can just put the controller down.
Okay,
There's
so
nothing we need to do.
As a Sonic fanboy, is Shadow the Hedgehog the most ridiculous Sonic game in the franchise?
Yes.
It is ridiculous. Has anyone ever played Shadow?
Worse.
It's mental. They gave him a gun.
Yeah, there's one that's worse. You're all wrong. It's not 06.
I don't know.
The only thing wrong with 06 is now loading screens.
You know you're old when you realize that most of the Sonic franchise has been a bit iffy, because when we were young, it was fantastic. It was outstanding.
Oh, yeah.
The return to the 2D version was a charming little thing. Also, has anyone noticed that when like Sonic's running around like the real world, it's got a weird Mario Odyssey vibe about it? Like, almost 20 years. It was 1999.
This was originally 1999. This remake was 2003. So yeah, Mario ripped off Sonic. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
We know Nintendo.
We know you did it, Mario. But no, it's a case of the games are very similar in what they do, but it's you were one or the other, or in some cases you were both. It was fine. But yeah, classic Sonic, the callback to Sonic Mania, Christian Whitehead and crew did an absolutely fantastic job. That's my main speed game. I love it. I would have loved to have ran that here, but we were told, you only have about 40 minutes. I'm not that fast at Mania yet. The record is currently 53 minutes held by myself. So we just recently set that last Monday, 53 minutes, 59 seconds. If we can get it lower, we will, but there's a lot of things in there. But that's part of the grind, that's part of the charm of speedrunning.
So you're telling me the next time we're on the stage, that is the aim. We'll try and beat that record. We'll give them an out.
I mean,
if you'll have me,
oh,
yes.
I think so. I think
if you'll have me,
I
yes,
feel
I'll
this
do
has
it.
turned into a hostage situation where we're making them do this now. But are you going to be on the UKSM stand today?
Yes, the UKSM stand. We're doing something slightly different. Over the past 3 days, we've been doing different types of speedruns. Today, we are doing tutorials. We had a tutorial of Portal 2. Currently, there's a tutorial of Sonic Adventure 2 Battle that you seen here yesterday by Draco Dan. And later on, we are doing a Spyro 1 tutorial by the lovely guy sitting down there, Nost. He'll be doing that. You are more than welcome to come to the booth. We can explain things to you. You can come and just see how we learn things, all sorts of. I think you might even be able to jump in depending on which part of the run we're at, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, it's tutorials today. Come see us. We are raising money for Special Effect as well, thanks to all the things that they do with allowing everybody to play video games, even allowing people with disabilities to speedrun as well. There are a few amazing disabled speedrunners out there, half coordinated, can only play with one hand, and he absolutely kills it. He floors it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's definitely an amazing charity, so we're trying to raise some money with them alongside the guys at Somnia.
Fantastic. Completely agree. And you guys did a speedrun marathon last year, an event where they raised money, and again, they went in hard. We've seen the footage, so we fully support that. What is this ship, by the way?
That is the egg carrier. That is Eggman's giant mobile fortress, one of like 762, because he has a new one every game.
On brand as well.
On brand, egg carrier, yeah.
I mean, it's Monday, yeah.
This is the game where he is finally established as Eggman.
And the Robotnik Eggman divide is still strong in.
Oh, it's very strong.
My dad refuses to acknowledge him as anything other than Dr. Robotnik. And
the way we see it is, it's Robotnik if he's classic. If it's 3D, he's Eggman. Why? Because he's shaped like an egg.
That makes sense.
Pluto's a planet. He's Dr. Robotnik.
He's both in Generations. There's two of them.
Yeah, that's true.
So we're going into Skydeck now. Skydeck is a level that is filled with nothing but sky because we're flying on the underside of the giant ship. So if I fall off, we are in trouble. Let's hope we don't fall off. So we're just doing little spin dash charges just to get over these. Big jump up the ladder, miss the ladder, and hand the bottom of it. Well done, Sonic. Well played. So giant spinny platforms. You do want to miss as much of these as we can because it's fairly slow. Going to use these little enemies over here to do homing attacks. Thank you. Missing the giant hook because we don't need it. Rocket is over. Bomb blows up all the enemies, saving the animals. See, we do save animals. Sonic does care.
Yeah.
And then we're just going to jump up here. So monkey bars are slow. We're just going to jump over. This is this game in a nutshell. Can you spin dash? Yes. Can you jump? Do them both. And then the gravity on the side of the pillar here. I'm just going to try and play this a little bit safe and see if we can get this. Nope. Fall down, save it. There we go. So the reason we want to do this is you can see in the background there are 3 levels. We want to skip all of that by just simply getting a jump onto this section. Spin dash, holding the button for a hover. Hovers, I haven't actually explained yet. Hover frames, you have 1 second when you do a jump, and if you hold the jump button, you begin a hover. It basically just allows Sonic to defy gravity for a second, allowing you to get these long and high jumps. You gain those hover frames back once you've hit the ground, but you must hit the ground, and the game must register it. If the game doesn't register it, then you're going to lose hover frames, and you're going to get a rude awakening when you try and do it, and you just fall to your death. So we've got a cannon. Where's the cannon going? 2 or 3? You're dead 2. I'm spin dashing. Hit the cannon. Thank you. So now we're in Act 3. This is a lot of gravity shenanigans. Hopefully we're not going to do any of them, but we will see how it goes. So the capsule is currently sideways in that area. We're going to spin dash, we're going to jump, we're going to land on an invisible wall. I'm going to hold left. Missed the capsule, unfortunately, but that's not a problem, because once the game fixes itself, we can hit the button without having to go all the way around the stage and then get through and just hit the capsule normally. Still quicker than doing that 3rd act normally, because you have to go around the ship about 3 times hitting different buttons. We don't do any of that.
Brilliant.
And now this, Skydeck onwards is what I consider the late game. The game is split into 3 sections. Early, mid, late game, split by Sky Chase. So the first couple of levels, then Sky Chase, mid game, then Sky Chase, late game here. We're going to go see the fish again. We're going to see Magikarp after we fought Gamma. Gamma, the security robot. Not a very good security robot. You tried Gamma, except from you didn't. So that's Gamma. And then Amy tells us, no, don't blow up Gamma. He's my friend. He helped me. So we let him go. And we are going to go back into the captain's quarters because for whatever reason, you would think, where is Eggman? He's in the captain's ship. Thank you, camera, for being really, really useful. Sometimes the camera just does that. It's like, I'm not doing it. So we're going to not hit the chair. And what happens there is the little light speed attack that we're doing, when it appears, the little orbs that start floating around you, they have a hitbox. So we just let them hit the button. As you see, there's a button. We managed to hit that without the chair moving. And we're going to go see Chaos. He's still a fish. He's still Magikarp. Until he gets given 2 more Chaos Emeralds and a tail from a random frog.
Okay.
And now he's that.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's still made of water, though, so his weakness is ice. And for whatever reason, Mr. Eggman's like, here, have some ice. See, if he just didn't give us this, we wouldn't be able to beat him. And this is the only fight that we actually get the Crystal Ring for. You might notice that instead of hitting him normally, I'm charging up the light speed attack to do damage. The reason for that is simply because the light speed attack does 2 points of damage instead of 1, meaning we only need 2 hits instead of 4. And a normal spin dash charge takes about 10 seconds. Crystal Ring, it takes 5. So you're saving a total of 10 seconds on this. So we are now coming down into the Lost Ruins. We fell down again. Sonic's very good at falling from the sky in this game. Like, his legs must be made of steel.
He probably has to get used to it, how many times Tails crashes his plane, though. So,
oh, yeah, no, definitely.
He must have some insoles into those.
Yeah.
He's got some insoles, yeah. He's got those, what is it, they're air sneakers now.
Yeah.
So we're coming down to the little RNG tunnel, the flame tunnel here. You can see some of the pillars are on fire. This is entirely random. They will do that. They decide when they want to pop out. They decide if they're on fire or not. We have no control over them. Thankfully, we got through without dying. So once I launch myself, I'm switching back to free camera because we're going to do a spin dash jump from the stairs onto the snake head. I'm a little bit too low. No, we still made it good. I'm trying to time this onto the snake. We made it. Nicely done. Using snake to skip the puzzle. The door's not open, but that doesn't matter because we spin dash, we pause, and we go through it.
Just like that.
Just like that. The reason that this works, this is called pause phasing. And what happens is, for some reason, this is one of the only doors in the game where when you pause, the game's default state is open, even though it doesn't look like it's open.
Right.
So if you charge a spin dash and then pause the game, once you unpause the game, you've released the spin dash, so the game just goes, oh, the door's open, and it lets you through, skipping the entire puzzle and the entire snake section. And then I'm going to have a little fun with the camera. We're about to go to see some Indiana Jones. We're going to get chased by a giant boulder. Hopefully, we won't see the boulder. We'll just see a black void that slowly gets smaller and smaller. There's the boulder. Please don't hit me. The boulder rubber band, so the faster I go, the faster it goes. I don't want to go fast because it will catch me. Yes, Sonic is not the fastest thing in the world, a flaming boulder is. But we're going to go into the puzzle section here. We're going to activate the gravity panels. And then we're going to spin dash up them, skipping this section here. Well done, Sonic. You having fun there, buddy? It's like, Sonic, what are you doing? So skipping the area and finishing Lost World. Again, all these stages do take around the 3 to 4 minute mark. Finishing in 2 minutes is a fairly respectable time. Not the fastest, but not the worst either. And now, Tikal, the Ancient Light, she's here to tell you what happened in the past. This is Angel Island. This is where Knuckles is meant to be, but this is before Knuckles' time. So it's Tikal and the Chow, and there's a war, and this is the story of Sonic Adventure. As Chaos, the giant creature we're fighting, is mad because the Echidna army basically defiled the evil sanctum. So here's the hardest puzzle as a kid. As a speedrunner, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. As a kid, it's what have I done? I've broken, I don't know. I got stuck on that so many times, and then when I found the actual code, it was ridiculous. So this is Final Egg. This is the last action stage in the game that we're going to do, and it is the most broken. A whole bunch of enemies here that I'm just going to jump into for no reason. Good job, me. Let's not do that. So Act 1 is fairly standard. You do have to worry about these little spinning cylinders. There's a set of boost pads at the next set, casually running on walls. You don't want to spin dash and hit these because you can phase right through the cylinder. And when you do that, you're in trouble, you're dead. So here's Act 2. We don't like Act 2, so we're going to go back to Act 1. Act 1's not here, it's a void. But we're just going to fall through. The end of Act 2 is down here. So we jump back in bounds after being out of bounds for a couple of seconds, falling straight down to where Act 2 is. We don't like elevators either, so we're just going to skip that. I would deliberately take a death here, praying that I'm not on 0 lives. It wasn't. I can't see my life counter. I was like, am I on 0 lives? No, you're fine. And then this is Act 3. And again, Act 3, we don't like it. So we're just going to jump over a kill plane, count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then turn to the right-hand side, falling straight to the end of the level, skipping the entirety of the stage.
Unbelievable. Outstanding. Outstanding.
And now we are coming on to the final boss, still keeping on brand as always, it's Egg Viper.
Close.
I don't know why he called it Egg Viper. Maybe it looks like a snake, I'm not
Maybe,
sure.
who knows? I mean, it's a Sonic game. They make it up as they go along.
Who knows? Maybe one day. So Egg Viper here, he's going to do a number of different patterns. No, thank you. I don't want a load of anything. I said no.
Yeah, that's not very snaky, is it?
It's not very snaky. So he's going to jump out. That's the plan. Once he pops his head out again, which if he never did, we would never be able to hit him.
Yes.
But he's going to fire a large laser beam after he does his 2 jumps again. So first jump, second jump, then he's going to fire a big laser beam. We're just going to stand here, spin dash out of the way. It's not big enough to hit us. Now I need to time my jump here. So once that happens, we hit him. Now you might notice that over the other side, there's a similar set of platforms. What you're actually meant to do on this guy is that you're meant to do the homing attack on the 3 little orbs that he has on each of the tails. We're not doing any of that. We're skipping that entire sequence because once you do hit him like that, it launches you very high in the air and it wastes about 3-4 seconds. It doesn't sound like a lot, but because you have to do it about 4 times, that's 20 seconds in the fight.
Yeah.
So that's him done that section as well. He's going to turn the camera back around. Now he's going to change phases again. He's going to do 2 attacks as normal, but instead of the big laser beam now, he's going to go to the north or southern side. You're going to prove me wrong. There we go. And he's going to fire a whole bunch of lasers. The closer we are to him, the quicker he goes off screen and allows us to move into the next phase. So we're just going to hit him. Thank you. Atta do you do, mister. Atta. Thank you. Now the reason oh no and get a load of this are in English is because it's a meme within the Sonic community. Everybody loves a good Knuckles oh no. It turns out Robotnik's a fan of Beyblade because here they come. Let her rip. Let her rip. Nope, there you go. And he is gone. So the second hit that we're going to do here, he's going to start taking out some of the platforms. You might notice, okay, he takes out all of the platforms. You might notice that the game's going to start a little bit. This is the voice lag, the voice overlapping lag that we were talking about. So here comes his Beyblades again. Up they go. We want to jump. Let it hit him. Please hit him. Thank you. Oh, good. You didn't lag. Thank you. And then the final hit. Now we have to delay this final hit because you lose control of Sonic. And if you lose control of Sonic over the pit, you just die. So we have to wait. There we go. And we're going to go stand on the safety platform. That was cheeky. He hit me. That's not nice. So we're going to stand on the safety platform because he's got one last thing. Time is coming up, and I will say it's coming up in the next 5 seconds. Once he blows up, time is coming up. Here he goes. And time.
Beautifully done.
38 minutes and 55 seconds.
That's not a bad time. That is
wow.
My estimate was 40, so I'm happy I got under that.
You've absolutely delivered and smashed it as usual. How about one extra round of applause for Argick, who's been amazing. Make sure you go and see all the guys and girls at the UKSM stand. They've been genuinely lovely to have on stage all weekend. So we want you to go and sample some of that love.